Billy's on Zoom. Billy Gomez.
And we're all set.
Full meeting.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is the regularly scheduled Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Wednesday, January 21st. I get a roll call of members, please.
Mayor Land,
Here.
Betsy Barnes,
Here.
Bob Clemens,
Here.
Jim Crook, and Billy Gomez. There, Bill?
Bill.
Bill
I'm
Gomez,
sorry. I'm here. I'm sorry, couldn't unmute. Thank you.
for president.
Okay, thank you. So we do have a forum. First on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the prior meeting, which was held on Wednesday, January 7th. A motion to approve the minutes. We have a second
The second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Addition of new items, there are none to add today. So moving on to special recognition. First up, for one of our officers of the police department, we're going to defer to the next meeting, correct, Dominic?
Yes.
Okay. So that moves us on to our employee of the month, which this month is Chris Mellon. I know Chris is here. I saw him walk in. Chris, want to come on up?
I'm ready.
I know. It's painless. So Chris has been a city employee with us for 7 years,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And get nominations come in from a variety of ways. Sometimes the public calls, they stop up at the mayor's office, they reach out to the department heads, but, which is all very much appreciative. But I think one of the best nominations you could get, I think, is from your peer, right? So this was nominated by Chris Bass. I don't know if Chris is here somewhere. Yep, there he is. So Chris's works, they pretty much work on an island, as we talk about.
Yeah.
They are self-sufficient. It's a facility, the wastewater treatment plant, that most of us don't go to. But they are on an island and there's a slim staff. And everything that goes on in that operation 24/7, great weather, bad weather, goes on the short or the small staff, which Chris is one of them. So we all thank you on behalf of the city, but I really think, thanks Chris for the nomination. I think when you get a nomination from the peer, that's something. So, all deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor.
But the floor is yours if you would like to say.
I appreciate this nomination, but it honestly is my pleasure to work for the city of Crawford. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, getting ready.
Well, 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3. We're all set.
Okay, awesome. All right,
Thank
good
you,
job.
Mayor.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, we have the privilege of swearing in another Crown Point firefighter. Chief?
Yes. Tegan. Family. So before I get into this, I'll say this, this is my 24th swearing as chief. This one's a little different, it's a little bit more special, because Tegan here is my stepson. So if I sound a little biased, probably because I am. The fire service has a long history of family traditions, generational serving alongside one another. We have the Abrahams, the Getlers, Dolores, Watlands, and Wises. There's just a few examples right here in Crown Point of families serving together. When I got hired at Crown Point, my dad was already on the job and he went on to serve for 32 years. He was definitely harder on me than he was anybody else. He expected more out of me than anybody else. And looking around today, I think it worked out pretty well. So without further ado, today the Crown Point Fire Department is proud to welcome firefighter Tegan Jansen as he takes his oath and receives his badge. This is an important moment for our department for a young man who grew up here in Crown Point and chose to come back and serve his hometown. Tegan graduated from Crown Point High School in 2024, and during his senior year, he completed an internship with our department while also juggling EMT school, a job, and finishing up high school. It wasn't easy, but he stayed with it and earned his place here. Today, Tegan becomes the 4th Crown Point High School intern we fired here as a career firefighter, continuing a program that has already proven its value. We look forward to him paying that back by being a role model and an example for future interns and young men and women who hope to follow the same path in fire service. What really locked Tegan into this career wasn't a big call or a dramatic moment. It was something one of our firefighters said to him at the end of his internship. They told him, "You can't just leave us now, you're family." That stuck with him, and it says a lot about who he is as a person and who we are as a department. Today he will be badge number 88, becoming the 21st firefighter hired under Mayor Pete Land. He'll be assigned to Turtle 1 under the leadership of Battalion Chief Scott Abraham. Tegan didn't have much of a chance to avoid public service. It pretty much runs in his family. His badge will be pinned on today by his father, Jamie, who is a sergeant with over 23 years experience at the Cherville Police Department. Also with us here today is his mom, Annie, my wife, who is the experienced nurse of 12 years. Stepmom Ashley, his sisters Tessa and Marky. And also his stepdad, who just happens to be a very charming, smart, and handsome fire chief. I added that part myself. We're also joined by the rest of his family in this room, who will play a role in shaping Tegan into the young man he's turning into. And while they are no longer with us, we all know that all 3 of his grandfathers would be totally proud of the man Tegan is becoming and the path he's chosen to follow. So with that, please welcome firefighter Jansen to the Crown Point Fire Department.
I fully realize and accept the responsibility of being a firefighter and shall execute the duties assigned to me. Serve and protect the citizens of Crown Point with respect, integrity, and excellence. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith and trust. Uphold the mission of the Crown Point Fire Department and make these promises so solemnly, freely, and of my congratulations.
Thank you.
Floor is yours. You got a lot of firefighters, public in the audience. Anything to say?
I don't think I could be here today if it wasn't for everybody that supported me along my journey between not knowing what I'm doing and being taught from absolutely nothing. It's an absolute honor to be here and to continue to serve this community. So thank you all very much.
Well said.
Everyone get in. Get in.
Everybody
Get in.
Everybody look at me, big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Keep smiling. 1, 2, 3. We need our little bestie. Jill, we need Marky. Paige and Marky, please. Paige and Marky to the front end.
Sure.
Hey. Hey.
Peyton.
Baby, grab. Which one?
Sorry, there's a lot of us.
Okay.
Keep the board books meeting.
Marky. Hang on.
Back up. We'll let them go first. And then
Hold on.
Yeah. Here they come. Crew, come on. All right. All right. Everybody look here. Look at me. 1, 2, 3. Marky. Yeah. Last one.
Marky, what are you doing? What are you doing?
All right.
Of course.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yes, but they're gonna very much. They're gonna be,
All right, go ahead and continue on. First up on their own and deferred visits are utility updates. Al, morning. Morning.
I'll first start out and offer everybody a tour guide of Survivor Island, if you'd like. So at the wastewater plant, we can show you where all the magic happens and how it works.
There's a lot of takers on that.
Yeah, feel free to contact me. I'd give you an update on your utilities. Your water project phase 4 is completed. The final pay request from EFI has been submitted. It's pay request number 5. It's in the amount of $44,541. Represents SRF disbursement forms number 64 and 49. So I'd like approval for the mayor to sign SRF disbursements 64 and 49, totaling $44,541.
Thank you, Al. So very happy to bring this final payment on this long infrastructure project to the board for questions or action.
I have none, make a motion to accept it as presented.
Motion to approve
I'll second.
and a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay. Second is our bids on our new 24-inch water main. So to give you an example of the good stewardship of funds that are exercised by your water department group and the mayor's office, our project initially started out at a $6.7 million construction cost estimate. And we were running that line along State Road 231. and up another county road. Over the course of design, we were able to identify an opportunity to obtain an easement. So that easement ran us through farmland. That route shortened the line and decreased the costs associated with restoration and increased the production speed. So our engineer's estimate was revised down from 6.7 to $5 million. The bids went out. We pretty much send, I used to say faxes, but I guess they're emails now. We send emails to every contractor on our bid holders list. We received 10 bids. Those bids ranged from a low of $2.5 million to a high of $4.7 million. So a project that originally started out at 6.7 has now come in at 2.75 with the low bidder. The second low bidder is $500,000 higher at 3.25. So we'll be vetting the low bidder, making sure they're comfortable with their bid price. And if so, we'll be offering a recommendation for that $2.75 million project. Now with that, our engineering fees, we had identified, we process our fees based upon work performed. So we had processed our contract up through design. Now that bids are in, we're soliciting our bidding, construction, engineering, inspection funds. All these funds are pre-programmed into the project, so they're included in your borrowing. Every line item except for bidding and negotiation is an hourly as incurred, because we've already incurred bidding and negotiation. So that task order is task order 2026-01 in the amount of $664,635. Primary line items are inspection at $350 and construction engineering at $183,951. And again, those are budgeted line items, as incurred. Any excess funds go back into the project. So I'd like to request the board's permission for the mayor to execute this task order 2026-01 in the amount of $664,635.
Okay, thanks, Al. So as you said, really, once the bidding is out, received back, then that triggers the next step, which is this task order related to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll bring the task order then to the board for questions or action.
Mayor, does your take on this? You said a lot of things there, and I know you looked at this in depth. Did you get any comments on it?
Well, I'm very happy with the bidding to what it came in at, as opposed to what we were thinking prior to all this, substantial lesser amount. So very happy for us in the city on that. And as Al said, and I just said, that this all kicks in once the bidding has been received and accepted. So this has all been budgeted and so forth. So it's part of the overall project.
Make a motion to accept this. On the total bid on this is 664,635.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the task order. We have a second.
I'll second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Next is your lead service line replacement project. This is the active construction project. As you recall, we completed all work identified within the original contract. We added additional work to expend the grant monies in full. We do have plenty of work to do throughout the city. The contractor has completed over 300 potholes. What the contractor does is he goes out on the city side of the line, potholes the line to see if it's lead or not. With that, we know additional lines that may need to be replaced. We had our construction meeting today. They anticipate completing all the potholes, which is 500, by the middle of February. And they have about 100 more lead service lines to replace that are in their current scope. So we'll be monitoring progression, be coming in front of this body again with change orders so that we can reduce quantities, increase quantities, and fully expend those grant funds for the replacement of lead service lines. Any questions on your current lead service line project that's in construction?
Now on these lines, we're going to finish this segment of it up, right?
This segment will be finished up prior to May. We'll go out to bid then for the next phase of lead service line replacement work, depending upon what we find, because this next phase is going to be a full delineation of all the service lines throughout the community. So if the next phase of borrowing is sufficient to complete replacement of all lead service lines, will be done. If not, we budgeted one more phase and we can apply for that grant for the last phase, which is the last year that the bill funds will be available.
So that would complete, just actually, we'll wrap up what we're doing with the funds that are available.
That's correct.
Make a motion on it.
I mean, just, we don't need a motion, just,
Don't we?
yeah, he's just updating the board on
Oh, just
where they're at with everything.
On our
Thank
up,
you, Mayor.
on our upcoming lead service line project, we provided the letters, notification letters, announcements to your Public Works Department. Once we receive approval from legal and the mayor's office, we'll send those letters out. As everybody knows, whenever these letters go out, the phones start to ring quite a bit. So we want to make sure everybody's comfortable with the content of the letters. That content is prescribed by EPA. So, you know, we try to soften it so as to not create unnecessary concern, but there are certain language that's required by the EPA that we provide notification. So what will occur is we'll have a advertisement in the newspaper letting everyone know that we're commencing with this final leg of lead service line replacement work. We have about 1,700 folks still on your lead service line inventory. Of those, a couple hundred have been contacted in the past. So there'll be 2 letters. One letter will say, you know, you may be eligible. We would like to schedule inspections. The other letter will say, we've tried to contact you in the past with no response. This is your final notification. If you do not schedule, then you won't be eligible for the project. So that's a succinct summary of the letter contents. Any questions or concerns with the upcoming phase?
No.
Okay. Downtown Interceptor project. Last meeting, I reported a conflict with the bore. We do have a remedy for that conflict. Originally, we were looking to open cut the main street and install the line from the end of the bore termination across Main Street. After looking at that further, there are an awful lot of utilities in the road. If we performed open cut, it would create a tremendous risk with respect to fiber optic, electric, things of that nature. So we modified the approach to where we're looking to install a bore pit in the middle of Main Street. We'll push the remainder of the line across Main Street at an alternate angle, and then we'll install a manhole at the junction of the pipe that's going this way and the pipe that's going this way so that we can connect it. So we have that resolution. We have submitted our NDOT permit modification. Contractor is assembling cost ramifications, and then I'll be able to provide more on that and schedule as that progresses. Any questions on that issue?
Is it anticipated when we reach that point and what has to be done actually on Main Street? Was that do you anticipate not a total closure of Main Street?
It won't be, that was one of the efforts that we put forth. We wanted to maintain a lane or 2 on Main Street if at all possible to avoid a road closure.
Yeah. Okay.
So we will be traveling slower, but it won't be stopped.
Perfect.
I have 2 payment applications under this project, one under the sewer portion of the loan and one under the water portion of the loan. Atlas Pay App number 6, which is also SRF disbursement number 6, under the wastewater loan, is in the amount of $228.47 to contractor, $40,801.50 to retainage. I'd like to request the board's permission for the mayor to execute pay app number 6, SRF disbursement number 6 on the wastewater line.
Thanks, Al. I'll bring the disbursement request into the board for questions or action.
Do you want to do all at once or just separate?
Well, we can do under one, A and B collectively, so just one.
Okay. I'll make a motion for that. This together as it's presented.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 6. We have a second. We have a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you. The next is also pay app number 6, but it's under the drinking water portion of the loan. It's SRF disbursement number 19, payment to contractor in the amount of $195,838.17. Payment to retainage, $10,307.27. So I'd like the board's permission for the mayor to execute SRF disbursement number 19.
Thanks, Al. Bring this to the board.
Same way.
Correct, yes.
I make a motion as presented.
Motion to approve SRF disbursement number 19.
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. We also have a change order that we would like to propose. This change order amount is in the amount of $91,668.57 and the addition of 87 days. What this change order consists of are items that required change in contract price, change in contract time that we've been working with the contractor on since the beginning of the job till now. Some of the major items it includes have to do with NDOT requirements. So when we bid the project, we did not have our NDOT permit at that time. They tend to take a little bit of time to issue those permits. In process of negotiating permit terms, we had decided not to put a 10-year warranty on the road with the contractor, which was excessive in cost. Instead, we altered the backfill details. So that alternate backfill details, it's more expensive. That adds cost to the project. We also ran into some dewatering issues at our brownfield. So at the brownfield, the contractor's bid was premised upon what the geotechnical report said they could indicate was going to be produced. They produced more, so we transported that contaminated material off-site for disposal, and that afforded some additional costs as well. The primary time driver was the starting location of the second crew. So the second crew, we thought it would be prudent to slide them one phase down because we have a drop manhole at that phase. A drop manhole means a difference in 5 feet. It's prudent for the second crew to start there. So as the first crew puts all their pipe in, if they run into anything and they have to modify slope, we have a 5-foot cushion. If we didn't change the second start location, contractor was still required to maintain grade. We just felt that it created unnecessary risk and cause for argument with the contractor after the fact. So the contractor needed to add approximately 90 days in order to accommodate that skipped phase. So you do have a change order number 1 in front of you in the amount of $91,668.57 and 87 days. For your reference, we are carrying $5 million in construction contingency. So this is well within funds budgeted for circumstances like this. Are there any questions associated with the change order items?
No, I don't have any questions. The explanation was great. So I can see, makes sense that this is the appropriate way to do it based on the totality of everything. But I'll bring this to the board then for questions or actions on the change order.
Al, do you have a lot of time? A lot of
These things, they came in, are some unknowns, this is not uncommon.
Unfortunately, for a large deep pipe installation down the center of a city that was built and records weren't kept from the date of the city's inception, you're going to run into everything. So unless we run into Jimmy Hoffa's grave, it should still be somewhat affordable. Otherwise, they may stop our project for a little bit.
So this is not uncommon when we get into old places and things like we can't see.
Not at all. A lot of times you'll run into old pole shafts on homes that you didn't know had the old pole shaft. They just put the pavement over top of it. Utilities, we've done our SUE work, our subsurface utility excavation. But that's based upon marking of where the utilities are and then potholing to see it. Sometimes you don't know where the utilities are. You also run into soils issues. Maybe the soils are not adhering the way they should, and we have to have wider excavations. That's why we're carrying a $5 million construction contingency. That's 10% of your construction budget. Typically, we reduce to 5%, but we feel this type of project presents a greater risk.
Understand that?
Yeah, there's a lot of underground
Yes,
things that we're not aware of.
well aware. You want a motion on this?
We need a motion to approve change order number 1.
So move, Mayor, as presented.
We have a motion for approval. We have a second. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Moving on to our Southeast Wastewater Treatment Plant project. Project is out to bid. Bids were due on February 3rd. We had a notice from a contractor. He requested 10 additional days to be added. We were able to accommodate that addition of days within our schedule since we aren't looking to pre-close until the middle of March and close at the end of the March. We want to maintain as many bidders as possible. So we granted the 10 additional days. Our bid opening date has moved from February 3rd to February 13th. In front of you, you have Commonwealth's second task order. So much like the water line, on the treatment plant project, we processed all efforts up through bidding. This task order 2026-02 is for construction engineering, inspection, record drawings, all the items that are associated with construction. All these items are to be processed on an hourly as needed basis. We've also incorporated a project contingency. So that project contingency line item, we're going to close on that with our contract, because when we close on the loan, we submit the contracts to SRF to justify the amount of borrowing. That $400,000 though may not be utilized by the engineer. It may be needed by the attorney for easements, other type of legal activities, may be needed by your rate consultant, may be needed by bond counsel. This is just how we're capturing the construction or the project contingency. So we can't access that without approval, and I anticipate moving it around amongst your various professional services. So the CEI task order 2026-02 is in the amount of $2,990,000. And the lion's share of that is for inspection services. I'd like to request, and again, this is budgeted under the project. I'd like to request the board's permission for the mayor to execute task order 2026-02.
So you said similar to the other one, this is in the timeline related to the bidding and so forth, that this is the next in sequence.
Correct.
All right, thanks, Al. So we'll bring task order 02 to the board for questions or action.
Well, your opinion sounds as pretty favorable, Mayor.
Yes, it's all planned and within the budget and so forth.
I don't have any problem with it, so I would make a motion to accept the 2026-02 as presented.
A motion to approve the task order. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right. Just to reiterate too, this is a budget and that's how we secure our loan. So it doesn't mean we're going to spend it all.
Right.
Lastly is our collection system improvements design. Nothing of significance to report, just internal production is occurring on that project. Does anyone have any questions on their water or sewer utilities?
Are we on schedule?
Of course, we're on schedule, Bobby.
You know, I feel kind of empty today with all this money we transpired.
Well, it's just money, right?
It's made to go.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, infrastructure projects are expensive. But
Thanks, Al.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Al. Okay, number one, under new business, request approval of 3 2026 contracts with Financial Solutions Group. David?
Thank you, Mayor. Just like the board to consider approving the 3 routine contracts for Financial Solutions Group. Our city is one of over 80 municipalities that depend on them for their expertise in getting us through tough spots and guidance. So last meeting on January 6th, we approved the retainage, and then today we would like to add approving the 3 contracts for the 2026 continuing disclosure filings, and then next, the required redevelopment commission reporting, and then finally a proposal for the annual financial report assistance, and there is no cost increases with this.
Okay, thank you, David. David Nichols, routine renewals with FSG, legal department, all good with these?
FSG,
Correct,
the 3,
yes,
they're fine.
okay. All right, we'll bring this then to the board for questions or action.
So moved, Mayor, as presented.
Motion to approve the FSG contract. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, board.
Thanks, Dave. Number 2, request approval to put banners up for the Crown Point Community Foundation volunteer fair. Morning.
Morning. Morning, Mayor and Board.
Hi.
I'm Jeanette Huss with the Crown Point Community Foundation. And for our upcoming volunteer fair on Saturday, March 7th, we're asking the city if we can put up 5 banners on different locations. And ask Adam to wrap up the banners. And we'll also want to put up like yard signs throughout the city. If that's okay with the board.
Yeah, the locations appear to be what
We
is
usually
normally
do.
used, great, highly visible, so I'm good with that. I'm good with the yard signs. We don't get calls.
Okay.
But I'll bring this into the board for questions or action.
I don't have any unless you do.
No, it's a great event, widely popular, so happy to support.
Okay.
Motion to
So moved, Mayor.
a motion to approve the request. We have a second.
I'll second.
And a second.
Oh, those are nice. I like those.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. You're all set.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Number 3, request approval to place banners and yard signs for the annual spaghetti dinner fundraiser. Morning, Drew. Morning.
May not know me, my name is Drew Morton. I'm the Scoutmaster Troop 48 here in Crown Point, and we're having our 18th annual spaghetti dinner and silent auction coming up in March. So we wanted approval to put up 2 banners on 231 and Indiana and 231 and West Street. Which things locations they normally put banners up, and then also put some yard signs as well.
Okay. Also, Troop 48. How many years is over 40, right?
We were first founded in 1929.
1929. A little longer
So,
than my years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've not been there all of them, only 18 of them.
Always willing to help out the troop. So we'll bring this into the board for this request as well.
So move as presented here, and I wish him well with the spaghetti.
All right.
We have a motion to approve. We have a second.
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. You guys are all set.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Number 4, request approval for the purchase of 5 2026 Ford Explorer vehicles. Dominic.
Yes, Mayor. I solicited quotes from the 4 Ford dealers that we have used in the recent years, Sutton, Curry, Kelly, and Graff. Graff is used to be Bozak Auto Group. Graff Motors came in the cheapest at $50,019 per vehicle. Next closest one out by over $600. So.
All right, do you have a total, the five for the 5?
Yes. Apologize. 250,000. Let me pull it up.
David, Attorney Nichols, I know legal's been involved in the purchase of the squad cars.
I reviewed them all and they're all fine.
Thank you. Okay. Now we're all in.
Yep. Total price is $250,095 for the 5 identical vehicles. They were all identical quotes.
Okay, perfect.
Just a quick caveat, I did add what Ford calls the ready for the road package, so that does include about 80 to 90% of the lighting for the cars as well. I have to buy some other equipment to make it function, but it does come pre-equipped from Ford. So
yeah,
it'll reduce back end cost of and time for the Terriet maintenance garage.
Okay. Do they give, just curious, an estimate from the time of order? Is it still delivery in summer or May?
The reason we had to do it so quickly, Ford's order window closes like this week. So if I didn't get it approved this week, we would not be able to order Ford vehicles this year at all. We'd have to hopefully try to find them on a lot somewhere and not be able to pick what we wanted. He didn't really give me a time frame. He said hopefully between April and May, but he doesn't have an exact date until the order window closes and they know how many cars they're making.
Right.
So.
Okay. All right, thanks, Dominic. Yeah, I'll bring that to the board for questions of.
Is that 5?
Correct, 5 with the Ford utility.
You know, Mayor, how many years did I come over and bring my talk to the users about cars?
Every year, multiple times a year.
I'm looking over, you remember he's come back. I make a motion on that, Mayor, as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the purchase request. We have a second. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Nice job on putting the packages together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 5, request approval to add a decommissioned vehicle to the auction list. Dominic?
Vehicle number 16-2 is a 2016 Ford Explorer utility. It's got almost 93,000 miles on it and has been used by about 6 or 7 different officers since we purchased it. Recently, it had some mechanical issues down at the garage. After speaking with Terry at the garage, it's just not financially responsible to keep fixing it with as many miles are on it. So he recommended that we add it to our list of auction cars for the spring, which we had gotten some approved last year to add. We just still wait until the spring to do it and to get more money at auction in the nicer months than the colder ones. So.
Okay, we'll bring this then to the board for questions or action. Add this vehicle to our auction. Motion to approve the request. We have a second.
A second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Alan. Number 6, request approval of a 3-year service agreement with Health Call LLC. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. As many of you may or may not be aware, our MIH program through the fire department, which is mobile integrated health. We started as a pilot program in 25 and it has surpassed all of our expectations as far as its popularity the need for it. One of the key parts to managing all of the people that we're helping with it is documentation. Because it is healthcare, we're still providing. When we started the pilot program, we try to make an existing software we already had work, and it hit our basic functionality to meet the requirements we needed for our reporting. But just with how expansive this program's starting to get, there's a lot more flexibility in using a program that's designed for what we're trying to do. So that's where Health Call comes in. They're actually a local company based in Crown Point. The reason we're doing a 3-year prepaid subscription is because we have grant money specifically for MIH that can pay for it. So they gave us 3 years, we can pay it at once. Because we're not sure next year whether grant money will be available or not. So it's 3 years prepaid. There's a $3,400 setup fee. And for doing 3 years, we will get 10% discount on the overall contract over doing it annually. I can go into more detail about the actual program, but it's just think of it as like when you go to doctor's office or hospital, you have Epic, kind of the same theory, but it's specific for MIH. I sent this to legal. Alex reviewed it. He sent back a few questions to their team, and the person that from Health Call that reviews it has been out of town, out of the office, so we haven't gotten those back. I talked to Alex this morning. I'm not sure, Dave, if he briefed you or not, but he's good with if you guys want to approve it pending his final review once we get the responses back from.
So is it the discount, is it total rate, the 38,880?
The total is 42,280.
Okay, so it's not.
Because it's 38,880, which is the contract plus the one-time setup fee of $3,400.
Okay. All right. David Nichols, is it okay if we approve this pending final legal approval?
I did not have a chance to talk to the chief about this, so I appreciate some time to do that. And pending my discussion, I'm sure that it'll be okay, but I would like the chance to.
So put in that in the motion, but okay. Okay, so bring this to the board for questions of the chief for motion that would need to include pending final approval. Part of the motion.
Okay, so now how do you want to word it?
Well, you can just make a motion to approve the agreement pending final legal approval.
I'll make the motion for the final, pending the final wording on it.
So a motion to approve the agreement pending final legal approval.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by an aye.
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 Opposed? Passes. And Chief, just to restate, this 42,000 is covered under the grant that the FD.
Yeah, so we'll have to front the money. It's a reimbursement grant.
Reimbursement.
We'll front the money. We send them proof that we paid for it, and they reimburse us back.
Okay, all right. Nice job putting it together. Number 7, request approval of amendment number 5 to the health plan. Karen?
Yes, we have Rick Mitchum on Zoom. He'd like to talk a few minutes in regards to this. It's more for the protection of the city about a plan. You have a little bit of he revised it, just a few words yesterday, so you have that revision all passed out to you. And with further ado, we have Rick on Zoom.
Okay, thanks, Karen. Rick, can you hear us?
Sure can. Can you hear me okay, Maryland?
Yes, we can. Floor is yours.
Okay. Yeah, so amendment number 5 kind of dovetails with the Samaritan Fund program, which was previously approved at Board of Works. On this past January 1 renewal, we actually referred, I believe there were 6 plan participants to the Samaritan Fund program. One came back with a good solution, worked for the participant and his family. And so what we needed to do at that point is amend your current plan document to work with that Samaritan Fund program by amending eligibility to add some benefits for a disenrolled participant, which is in section 1, and then adding some limited benefits to those disenrolled participants. The disenrolled participant in section 1 is a defined to mean a person who met the plan's general eligibility provisions and subsequently enrolled in the plan, but then disenrolled from the City of Crown Point's plan during a special enrollment opportunity or during an open enrollment period for the express purpose of being accepted into an individual health plan as part of a solution-driven program offered by and funded by a bona fide 501c3 charitable trust. The limited benefit that we're adding down below in section 2 is the plan will pay a negotiated agreed settlement for balance bill charges for the eligible disenrolled participants. For the purpose of this plan, the balance bill charges are defined to mean the amount of eligible expenses remaining after the disenrolled participant's individual health plan has paid its benefit. The sum of the benefits payable under all plans will not exceed total allowed expenses. And then the second paragraph under the medical benefits, section 2, just defines what a balance bill is. So what we have in this situation, we actually have 2 contracts protecting the city. One is the Anthem individual plan. And since there will be some out-of-network charges, we actually reached out to Rush University Medical Center and its providers and secured a 140% of Medicare maximum payment to them, which is going to leave pennies on the dollar for the city of Crown Point. So first payment is going to be through Anthem, then they'll take that charge against 140% negotiated by Hines and Global Excel Management Company on behalf of the city and the plan participant, so that the participant ends up whole and is not exposed to any excess charges.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Karen, Katie, anything to add from the CP side of this?
No, it's just basically like Rick said, it's for the protection of the person and for the city.
And it's related with the Samaritan Fund.
Yes, it is.
You guys and Rick were able to
Yes.
pass and stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Rick. I'll bring this then back to the board for, I guess we'd be needing a motion to approve amendment number 5 to the health plan, or questions of Rick or Karen.
I'll make a motion to number 5.
Correct.
To the plan as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the amendment.
Second.
We have a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Just one last thing. So your summary plan description now has obviously amendments 1 through 5. I have asked the professional benefit administrators, PBA, to restate your plan document that would incorporate the previous document and all 5 amendments into one document. That's probably not going to be ready for about, maybe even 60 days, at which point I'll get with Karen and Katie and just get on the agenda to approve that restated document, which is, again, is just putting it all together in one document.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks, Katie and Karen. Number 8, request approval of Event Leak software renewal for 2026. Adam Graber.
Yes, Mayor and Board, before you is renewal for the Event Link software. As you may recall, that is the software that we use in coordination with the clerk's office to pay our umpires each year for all our youth sports and adult sports. The fee is $300, which is the same as last year. This is the 3rd year we've done it. I'm just asking this board to that agreement.
The umpires are very grateful that we have this in place. Okay, we'll bring this then to the board for questions of Adam or action. This is just software we use to pay, so Pace can pay the umpires and all the different events that they have going on.
So move it presented.
We have a motion to approve the renewal. We have a second. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thanks, Adam. Number 9, request approval to release performance bond and accept 2-year maintenance bond for Willows Phase 3. Eric?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, we're gonna request approval to release the maintenance for the performance bond for Willows Phase 3 in the amount of $485,439.13. And accept the 2-year maintenance bond in the amount of $337,885.33.
All for Phase 3.
Correct.
All right, thanks, Eric. We'll bring this onto the board for questions of Eric or action.
So move, Mayor.
We have a motion to approve the request. We have a second. And a second. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 10, request approval to release maintenance bond for Heather Ridge Phase 1. Eric?
State Bank requested a release the maintenance bond Heather Ridge Phase 1 in the amount of $1,198,415.
Eric, we'll bring this also then to the board for questions or action.
So move, Mayor, as presented.
We have a motion to approve
I'll second.
release and a second. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Eric. Do we have any miscellaneous? Okay, our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Wednesday, February 4th at 11 a.m. Get a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion, we have a second. Second. Any further discussion on the motion? None. All in favor, signify with an eye.
Aye.